The Accursed is a 2022 supernatural horror film that attempts to delve into a haunting narrative centered around witchcraft, generational curses, and a family's dark past. While it presents intriguing themes and a capable cast, the film ultimately struggles to deliver a fully cohesive experience. The performances in The Accursed are one of the film's stronger points. Sarah Gray, playing the lead role, brings a grounded energy to her character. Her portrayal of the tormented protagonist caught between reality and horror effectively conveys her internal struggle. Sarah Demont, although a supporting character, is undoubtedly my favorite character. She is intelligent, funny, and her character is actively seeking to find out what exactly is happening during the course of the film. Some of the other acting performances, on the other hand, isn't up to par. Despite these weaknesses, there is enough emotional nuance to engage the audience in the character's plight. However, the film's reliance on typical horror tropes and an underdeveloped backstory for many of the supporting characters limits the potential for stronger, more memorable performances. Cinematography is a key strength of The Accursed. The film employs a moody, atmospheric visual style that heightens the tension and complements its supernatural themes. The use of low lighting and shadows creates a sense of unease and mystery in many scenes, which is crucial in a horror movie. The rural, secluded settings, from the eerie cabin to the desolate woods, contribute to the feeling of isolation and vulnerability that the lead character experiences. The camera work is efficient in building suspense, particularly in scenes where the supernatural begins to manifest. However, the film occasionally overuses close-ups, which can feel a bit too claustrophobic, especially during moments where a broader, more sweeping shot could have offered more emotional resonance. One notable aspect is the color palette, which leans heavily into muted tones that enhance the bleak atmosphere. The cinematography does a good job of emphasizing the contrast between light and dark, echoing the internal battle within the protagonist. The script of The Accursed is where the film shows both promise and significant flaws. The premise of generational curses and witchcraft provides ample material for a compelling horror narrative. However, the script struggles with pacing, and the buildup of tension often feels uneven. The initial premise is intriguing, but as the film progresses, the narrative begins to unravel, with explanations that feel rushed or underdeveloped. The dialogue at times feels forced, and characters occasionally make decisions that are hard to understand or feel contrived. This weakens the overall engagement and detracts from the impact of key emotional beats. Moreover, the exposition-heavy moments drag the film down, as the characters often engage in overly didactic conversations about the curse, rather than letting the tension unfold organically. Another problem lies in the film's reliance on cliché horror tropes. While the supernatural elements can be chilling, the script falls into familiar traps, like the ominous warning from an older character or the creepy child trope, which can undermine the originality of the story. Pacing issues. The Accursed suffers from uneven pacing.